Chapter 4.
Look, they are leaving,
Whispered the tall woman and pointed to the adventurers.
We mustn't lose them. Quickly, let's go. Let's follow them.
They were Joe and Charlie. They were dressed up as women.
Wait, boss. I left my purse in the telephone booth.
Said Charlie.
What do you need your purse for?
Asked Joe.
You're a man. Men don't carry purses.
He said.
You are silly, Charlie. This is all your fault, you know. You took the wrong backpack. Now those kids have our backpack. We must get it back. Stop fooling around. Let's go.
Joe and Charlie followed the adventurers. They all left the airport.
4 tickets to New York, please,
Said Nina.
Here you are, madam. That'll be $100, please,
Said the clerk.
Your train leaves in 5 minutes. It'll make 5 stops. You'll arrive in New York City at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Have a nice trip.
Thanks.
Said Nina, and gave the money to the clerk.
This is exciting.
Said Sandy.
We haven't traveled across any states by train before.
Ronnie was quiet. He was careful. He didn't want to forget his backpack again.
The train is coming.
He shouted.
Let's go, guys.
They all walked towards the train.
Who has the tickets?
Asked Eric.
The tickets!
Screamed Nina.
I left them on the counter!
She quickly ran back to get them. When she returned with the tickets in her hands, she was embarrassed. Ronnie looked away. He thought,
Now she knows. It's very easy to forget things.
They all got on the train. The train was ready to leave.
All aboard! This is the last call!
Shouted the station master.
Wait!
Somebody shouted. The station master turned around and saw 2 women in coats and hats. They were running towards the train. One of them was carrying a suitcase and the other a brown paper bag.
Hurry up!
Shouted the station master. The 2 women got on the train quickly,
These women look like men.
thought the station master. He was right. Actually, they were Joe and Charlie.
Ouch!
Screamed Joe.
What's the problem, boss?
Asked Charlie.
You are standing on my foot. That's the problem.
Said Joe.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Said Charlie.
You're lucky you got on the train.
Said the ticket inspector.
We are leaving now.
Did you hear that, boss?
Asked Charlie.
We're lucky.
Joe didn't answer. He was very angry. He was holding his foot. It still hurt him. Chapter 5.
Look at those big, beautiful sunflowers.
Said Sandy as she was looking out of the train window.
They are wonderful. I love sunflowers.
You must visit Oklahoma then.
Said Eric.
There are lots of sunflowers there. We had sunflowers in my backyard when we lived in Oklahoma.
That's right.
said Nina.
You were born in Oklahoma.
Ronnie yawned.
I'm tired.
He said.
I'm going to sleep for a while.
He put his backpack under his head and his feet on the seat opposite him,
Ronnie, I'm sorry I got angry at you.
said Nina,
It is very easy to forget things.
That's okay.
said Ronnie and closed his eyes. They were friends again. Joe and Charlie were standing in the corridor. They were wearing their own clothes again,
Now, Charlie,
whispered Joe.
they aren't looking. Put this near those nosy kids.
He gave Charlie the brown paper bag.
This will give them a big surprise.
He said,
A surprise?
asked Charlie.
I love surprises. Can I look in the bag?
No, you idiot.
said Joe angrily.
Now, go and leave the bag there. When they open it, they'll all run away. Then you will get our backpack.
Okay, boss. I'm going.
said Charlie. Ronnie was still sleeping. Eric and Nina were looking out of the window. Sandy was reading a book. Charlie walked by and put the paper bag near Ronnie. Then he walked away. Ronnie didn't wake up. He was very tired. But Sandy looked up and saw the paper bag.
What's that?
She asked. Eric and Nina looked at the paper bag,
Somebody has left it here.
said Nina.
I think it's his.
Sandy said and pointed to Charlie. He was walking away.
Sir! Sir!
Shouted Nina.
Your bag!
She ran to Charlie and gave it to him,
Thank you.
said Charlie. He was confused. Joe was waiting for Charlie down the corridor.
What's that?
He asked,
They didn't want the bag.
said Charlie.
What's in it anyway?
He opened the bag and gave a loud scream,
Oh!
Did you hear what happened, guys?
asked Nina,
No, tell us.
said Eric. Ronnie woke up.
What's going on?
He asked,
There was a snake in the paper bag.
explained Nina.
When the man saw it, he fainted.
Wow,
Said Sandy.
that's scary. Some snakes are very dangerous. A bite from a rattlesnake can kill you in an hour.
You read too much.
Said Ronnie. They all laughed. Charlie was lying on the floor and Joe was waving a piece of paper in front of his face. The snake escaped through the train window. Joe was angry, but he was already thinking of their next plan. Chapter 6. The adventurers were tired and slept in their seats during the night. The next morning the sun was shining. At 8 o'clock, Ronnie opened his eyes and looked out of the window.
Wake up, everybody!
He said.
It's a beautiful day.
Sandy woke up first.
I had a very good night's sleep.
She said.
Me too.
Said Eric. He was stretching.
Me 3.
Said Ronnie. He was joking. Everybody laughed. They were happy.
I'm hungry.
said Nina.
Let's have breakfast.
Just then, Ronnie saw a piece of paper on the table.
Hey, what's that?
He asked.
It looks like a note.
Read it, Ronnie.
Said Eric. Ronnie took the note and read.
To the nosy kids. There was a mix-up at the airport, and you have our red backpack. We want it back. Do not open the backpack. Do not get off the train. Do not contact the police. We are watching you all the time. We are dangerous. When the train arrives in New York City, go to the top of the Empire State Building. Be there at 6 p.m. and leave the backpack next to the green rubbish bin on the left. Your backpack will be there. Signed, the escaped prisoners.
The escaped prisoners! We saw them at the airport, didn't we?
Said Nina.
Do you mean we have their backpack?
Asked Sandy and covered her mouth.
Yes,
Said Ronnie.
and they want it back. What's inside it anyway?
Maybe it's something important.
Said Sandy.
Let's open it.
Said Ronnie.
Yes, let's open it.
Sandy agreed.
No,
Said Eric.
it may be dangerous.
Eric is right.
Said Nina.
We mustn't open it. We must think. What are we going to do?
Let's call the police.
Said Sandy.
We can't.
Said Ronnie.
They are watching us.
Eric was looking out of the window. He was thinking.
My cousin Dan is a private investigator in New York City.
He said.
If we find a phone, I can call him. He will help us catch the prisoners.
But how will we contact him?
Asked Ronnie.
The prisoners must not see us.
And what about our appearance at Glory Days Music Hall?
Asked Sandy.
We can't miss it. It's our big chance.
Don't worry. We'll get there on time.
Said Ronnie.
Somebody must get off at the next stop.
Said Nina.
But how?
Asked Eric.